What's up, divine souls? Welcome back to my channel. It's Loretta, the Infinite Healer, and you are now tuned into Infinite Healing. How are you doing, beautiful soul? It is so wonderful to be in this sacred space with you again. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we are here for Tarot After Dark. I am so thankful because I've been able to rest. And because I have rest, I have energy. And because I have this energy, I am able to share. And so, of course, I want to be in this sacred space, delivering the messages that you need at this time. So I'm going to pray us into this space and then we'll jump into the reading. Divine Holy Spirit, the Most High God, gratitude for bringing your collective and I together again for the opportunity to receive your divinely guided messages. I thank you so much, Divine Holy Spirit, for using me as a pillar of light. Thank you for entrusting me to deliver your messages clearly, truthfully, and authentically. Thank you for calling all of those here who needs to hear your divine message and your divine word. Allow this message, Divine Holy Spirit, to serve as confirmation to those who choose to tap in. Please take this time to deliver the messages that serves their highest good, that protects them, that guides them, and heals them along their path. We give gratitude and thanks to our ancestors for all that you do and the ancient wisdom that you provide. In your great name we pray and we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Oh, I'm so excited. It is a full moon in Aries, and she looks beautiful. Like, have you been able to get a glimpse of the moon? And I would strongly encourage not just a glimpse of the moon, but to sit with the moon. When you stargaze, when you allow yourself to surrender, right, to your own thoughts, to your own being, to your own existing, you allow that which normally you are resistant towards, and I mean in your own body, in your own spirit, when you're in that space, you're least resistance, and so you're more open to information. And I feel like this staring into the moon, this moon gazing, will help you to unlock deeper parts in you within your healing. So if there are parts of yourself that you've been in denial about, if there are parts of yourself that you've been rejecting, if there are parts of yourself that you have been fearful or doubtful, timid, where you feel like you haven't had that solid ground, I encourage you to sync with the moon. I encourage you to take that time to assess yourself. First of all, just to be yourself, right? In that space. Because if you show up, like, showing up is the biggest part. And so if you show up, give thanks and gratitude to yourself for choosing you in that moment and showing up and allowing that space to be whatever that space needs to be, right? Sometimes we are even so, analytical, or so, like, I don't know the word that Spirit is trying to give me, but so organized in the way that, even the way in which, like, right, I create candles. But a huge part of this is allowing myself to be and to flow naturally. That's how my creative side is able to flow. And so I feel like there is this, the way Spirit is showing me is like these different pools of water, and they kind of flow into each other, and you can think of those as like your chakras, and the energy is supposed to be flow. They're like giving me, thank you, Spirit, the Avatar. There was an episode where Avatar was talking about chakras, and they use the flowing of water and they blocked one of them with like, just like, you know, things that would happen to get caught up in the ripples of the water naturally, right? Like debris. And this collection of debris had clogged up the pathway in order for the water to flow naturally. And so the water was stripping, or it was slow, it wasn't flowing at all. And so in your life, right, you may be saying, I feel stuck in this area, or I feel a little bit confused or lost in this area of my life, whether that be your finances. For someone, it is their children, like healing their relationship with their children. And that could also be like, if you are the child that I'm talking about, healing your relationship with your parents. But it seems as if there is just this buildup of debris, which means that cleansing needs to happen. And some of this buildup of debris is the doubts and the fears, the limitations that you place upon yourself. And so sitting with the moon gazing, especially during this season, will help to illuminate those fears, will help to illuminate those doubts, will help to illuminate those worries, will help to illuminate the pathway, the path for you. And so I encourage you to do so. Your guides encourage you to do so. Okay. This card just wanted to show itself boundaries, creating healthy boundaries. And this is like even the boundary of being able to have a space in which you can reflect. And oh, I love how boundaries and fulfillment come out together. So I'm gonna talk about it for a little bit since we're here. But these boundaries of protection of yourself, right? Allowing yourself to take what it is that you need from yourself, or to give what it is that you need for yourself. This is even like, okay, I was talking about parents, right? Or parents, or relationship with your children. Sometimes, right, we do things for our children because we love them and we don't want them to have the same experiences that we had growing up. But in the midst of that, right, there could be some oversight or some missight, to some things that you're not paying attention to because your perception is so focused on the fear of your children lacking or not having, because that is what you experienced as a child, that you end up projecting that energy onto your children, where you may end up giving to them materially so much, but then there is this lack of love, because you thought as a child that not having the things made you stand out or made you feel less loved. And this lesson that I feel like Spirit is teaching you in this new relationship, if it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't, right? Then it's not for you. But in the midst of that, then there's like this, and I'm hearing social emotional. So then there's like this social emotional piece that's missing because of the overgiving in one area. And there needs to be this balance, right? And I feel like that's why you're going through the lesson, because there is something that you're not seeing clearly. And that I feel like that stargazing, like when you really surrender and allow yourself to just be with your thoughts, not fight against your thoughts, not get stuck on one thought, but just to like process, like you actually have to sit down and process with your own thoughts. Think about the things that you're actually thinking about. Like, take a thought, write it down, and then work through that thought. Yeah, it may bring up a couple other things because all things are connected. Oh, what a wicked web we weave, I just heard. But I really feel like in order for you, I feel like Spirit is saying substance. Like, you want real fruitful substance in your life. And the way in which it's like Spirit is redirecting you in some way, shape, or form, because the way in which you're doing it, Spirit's like, well, you have the right idea. I can see your perception of, why you would like to go this route. But then God is saying, and if you would just allow me, if you would just sit with me, if you would just talk through those thoughts with me, you will get the other half of the picture. Because you are not the creator, you are the co-creator. You, human, is who I'm talking to, right? But you are co-creating with God, which means that you and God actually got to be on the same team. Y'all got to be in alignment. And so there are some boundaries. There are strong boundaries too. I'm feeling this very heavily because you may be the one who's meant to lead, right? So then when you set standards and when you set the tone, you may get a lot of pushback because other people do not understand or understand or overstand the purpose. But God has a real purpose for you that leads to true fulfillment, real fulfillment, like heart fulfillment. All the things that you keep saying you want, all the things that you say you are desiring. God is saying, I have those things for you. But in order for you to even get to this place, you have to learn this lesson. That's like having so much money, you just burn through the shit because you ain't never learned no lessons about what to do with money, how to invest in yourself, how to invest, period. You ain't learned nothing about putting money aside, putting it in a trust and saving it for your children. Instead, you learn the method of hiding it in your mattress, or you too afraid to even put it in a bank. It's like Spirit is saying, like, especially there's been so much fucking fear mongering. All of this fear that you are holding onto is actually the blockage for the blessing and the fulfillment that God has for you. And so if Spirit is forcing you to spend time alone during this time, it's because God wants you to work on your boundaries with yourself, number one, right? Because you have to have discipline within yourself to bring forth that which it is that you desire. Like, you have to have certain boundaries within yourself. Example, if Spirit has placed it on your heart, if you have been thinking for some time that, Spirit, give me an example. You want to go back to school, right? And you work, and to you, in your mind, you don't make enough money to go back to school. That's the perception that you have because you only bring home $1,100 every 2 weeks, right? But the boundary that Spirit could be teaching you is financial, right? Like learning how to put money aside properly and learning to choose yourself. And there will be sacrifices that has to be made. So what sacrifices, what are you willing to give up to bring in your true fulfillment? So, because somebody is doing this, so I'm going to just go ahead and say it. Right? If, because someone's like, well, I can't. It is so crazy what our mind will tell us when our perception is so deeply rooted in fear. It will tell you all of the reasons. First thing, it will tell you all of the reasons why you cannot accomplish what it is that you can't accomplish. I can't do this because I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have the energy, I don't have a way to get there. I don't. Instead of having a solution-oriented mind that says, I can. Yeah, of course, there's some things that you can't do. But there is so much within your grasp that you are capable of doing. So in order to bring that which you desire, your own personal fulfillment, what's going to fill up your cup, what is it that is in your grasp that you can do at this time? Okay, and they want me to go back to this person who wants to go to school, right? Okay, so let's say you want to go to school and you are working 2 jobs right now. Both of the jobs make you miserable, right? But one of them, that second job, one of them you're doing because your mind is in the lack mindset. And so you think, right, that by having this extra job, you're pouring more money into yourself. But the truth is that you're actually taking away from you. And I'll tell you how the job is taken away from you. And if it resonates with you, it's just confirmation, because Spirit is saying you're ready. So this job is taking from you because you cannot sleep. This job is taking from you because you already don't eat at your first job, and now you really ain't eating at this job. So now you are tired and you are lacking nourishment. Because you are giving so much to the second job. And remember, this second job is, I feel like for somebody, it's just keeping them afloat. That's the word Spirit is saying. It's just keeping me afloat. Like it's like $20 extra for my phone bill. And Spirit's like, is the 17 hours that you're giving them worth the $20 extra? Or like, would sleep make you more productive so that you actually have the energy to do the things you want to do? Because for some of you, it's like Spirit is like, I just told one of my students this. I literally just wrote this in a letter to her. She was saying like, oh, I don't like our new teacher. Can you come back? He doesn't teach. And trust me, that man teaches. It's our class. But whatever, we're getting it together. And I was telling her that she didn't need permission to learn. Like, you don't have to wait for your teacher to give you permission to learn something. You can just take learning into your own hands and learn on your own time. And so Spirit is saying, instead of taking this time and giving to this job that is not filling your cup, you can literally on your own time learn something. Learn a skill, learn a trade, learn something that is going to help bring in what it is that you truly want. The sitting and the pouting and the complaining does nothing but give you more shit to complain about. The worry gives you nothing more but more shit to worry about. And I get it. I get it. It can be very hard to choose yourself when society says you should work, and then you should overwork, and then you should work some fucking more. And then teach all your kids to work. But you have clearly come to this realization that work is a part of life and that work is not life. And I really feel like, because for some, right, like work is life because it's part of your mission. But that's different. Because your mission is going to bring you this fulfillment. That kind of work is still going to fill your cup, because you too will then have safe boundaries. I also feel like if you are looking to leave a place, you're not going to leave until you have these boundaries in place. If you are waiting on some money, if you are waiting on something, I feel like if you're waiting for your abundance to flow in, if you're waiting for something to come in, especially like somebody was supposed to move, and somebody said, I should have moved 6 months ago. Like, I can't believe I'm still here. It's about to be a whole nother year, and I'm still in this place. Like, I didn't even want to be here. It's your boundaries, sweetheart. It's your boundaries. If everything Spirit gives to you, you so quickly give to another, you're not going to ever hold on to anything. It's always going to be flowing through. Your blessing, your fulfillment will always be flowing to another. And I'm not saying you're not supposed to be selfless. Because, oh, it's so beautiful. That is the vibrational frequency of one and who we are. But you have to be your own protector. You have to be your own provider. You have to be all those things in which you want to be for someone else. You have to be those things for yourself. And so for like this relationship with, I really feel like it's this parent-child relationship, child-parent relationship. I feel like both parties are willing and actually want to like have this fruitful relationship with each other. But you two don't have proper boundaries. It's like you feel like this person is always overstepping their boundaries with you, and they feel the same exact way. And so it's kind of like this tit for tat kind of thing with you. And it's like, if you would just verbalize, if you would just express, if you would just state, if you would just embody your own boundaries, then that which you see will come to you. It literally will be, because you've created the space for it. Okay, let's see. What is Spirit talking? Respect. So if you are choosing to do any moon magic this weekend, which is, it's a wonderful time to do so, remember the respect for the craft and remember the respect for yourself. Like, I really feel like we are teaching people how to be good people again. Like, we are literally in a generation where we are learning to be the spirit again. Because when we act from our spirit and are not led by the flesh, by this body, then we act with love, we act with honor, we act with respect. It is like ingrained in who we are, that like treat others how you choose to be treated, or how you want to be treated. This family is really heavy on this card. Like how you speak to one another, how you interact with one another, the boundaries that you have with one another. Like, those are the things that people don't pay attention to, but it's the shit grandma paid attention to. Like, the matriarch, this is, whoever is tuning into this message, I want you to know that you are the matriarch or the patriarch, I hope I'm saying those right, of your family. Like, you are meant to be the leader. And so the way in which you move, the way in which you operate, is like what will hold the generations behind you together. You're like the glue. In the center of the pentacle is spirit, and around or there's the four elements, and then you are the fifth element. And I feel like it is you that keeps this family together. I just heard somebody say, how? How do I do that? Is the question how to keep the family together? Like, well, somebody got to step up and do it. Somebody has to lead. Not everybody is meant to be a leader. And it's so crazy because oftentimes, and I don't want to say oftentimes because I don't know, but sometimes, right, leaders, like, yes, there are natural born leaders, but I feel like this is a naturally born leader, yes, but this is someone who did not step into leadership or will not step into leadership until they are like almost, one, they're called to do so, but also kind of forced, because no one else can do what you do. No one else can lead how you lead. No one else can teach how you teach. No one else is going to love how you love. No one else is going to provide how you provide. No one else is going to do it the way you do it. That's why Spirit is saying it's on you. And I know that's a big responsibility. But you literally were created for this. Oh, I was talking about those who wanted to, well, I feel like I said what I wanted to say. Those who, especially if you plan to do, this is a masculine, so this is definitely a man, but this card is making me feel like it's a man. And you know, I don't really get, like, I'm kind of excited because I don't really get a lot of, I'm always tapped into the feminine energies. I do feel like there are, you know, a higher percentage of, well, I do know, there's a higher percentage of women who tune into Infinite Healing 888. But I feel like this feels like an awakening of a masculine. This feels like, yeah, somebody is awakening, and I feel like oh gosh. I feel like, because I don't want this to be triggering, because it feels like pain, and it feels like hurt, and it feels like sadness, and it feels like darkness, and it feels very heavy, because it feels like a sun is rising, like one is rising while one is setting. It feels like, yeah, the reason why this leader is now stepping up is because it's like literally somebody is passing the candle to you. Somebody is passing the baton to you. Someone is saying like, okay, it's your turn. Like, I literally have led, I literally have done all that I physically, mentally, and spiritually can do. And now it's your turn. And I feel like they didn't even have to say, now it's your turn. I feel like just due to the love that you have, it sparks this internal desire, this spark this flame has been ignited in you to lead. And I mean to really lead. No bullshit this time. Because maybe you know, everything's a learning opportunity. Maybe you have, I want to say that if you have lost a loved one, that they are literally here now. You may feel their presence. You may hear their name. You may smell them. You in some way, shape, or form may sense this guide's and this ancestor around you. And for some of you, I do not like saying it, but this is preparation. Because whenever someone is transitioning from this physical plane to the transcendental plane, heavy protection is placed among the one who this guide chooses to oversee, right? And I'm just saying that's just the way this is working for the ones tuning into this reading, right? Because it happens so many different ways. But for this individual, as they are choosing to transition, this person is, and I'm saying choosing to transition because this is a person who is letting me know that they are ready. And they are ready because of the work that they are prepared to do on the other side that is helping you, that is going to help you on this side. Something may feel like a fucking catastrophe, and in the same fucking breath, a huge blessing. And that is that weird ass duality because in the midst of heartache and pain, on the other side, this guide can see all of the blessings. Like, for them, they're like, I don't even know why you cry, my child. Because the goodness, the favor, the anointing over your life is so much greater than what you perceive to be as me leaving this physical plane, because you think that I am going, and I'm this person is saying that they're not. They have not left, and they will not leave your side. This could be a man. They will not leave your side. And when I said this could be a man, I was thinking you could be a man, but I also then heard like this guide could be a man. My sincere condolences to anyone who has tuned into this reading and has lost a loved one. But I really, seriously, with all inside of me, can say that they are safe and that they are happy. And their biggest fucking flex, like, not gonna lie, their biggest flex is you. You are literally who this guide has been waiting for. Like, I don't know who oversees you. Ain't none of my business. But this person loves you and cherishes you and honors you in the same way in which you do them. And that's why this great protection is over you. You are literally called to do wonderful things. That call to action, you're being called to service. Whatever that means for you, right? The infinite healer does not have to tell you that's your personal journey, but you're being called there. And it's almost as if like someone's saying, will you accept? Like, stability and moon cycles. And I'm going to keep them together. Will you accept? And I literally was just talking about the fucking path. I said, because it's your path. Like, I'm not going to tell you where to go because it's your path. It's like, of course I could if you book a personal reading with me. But seriously, the path has already been laid before you. The protection is over you. Like, are you ready? Are you prepared to go on this journey? And I feel like I'm always down for the prayer because I know that prayer works. And I'm saying that because I know it from my own experiences. If you don't know it, honey, go find out on your own. Or shit, don't rock with it. That's your business. But I know over here, the shit works for real. And so I encourage you to pray for clarity. I encourage you to ask your guides exactly if parts of this reading resonated with you, write things down and then literally take it to your counsel. Take it to your spiritual guides. Here are the things that I was listening to this video with the infinite healer. Here are the things that resonated with me. I just want to know, Spirit, I ain't bugging. Okay, was that a project? Did I take something on that wasn't for me, or was this for me? And if this is for me, Divine Holy Spirit, then where would you like for me to go? How is it that you would like for me to move? What is it that I need to see within myself that blocks me from being my true authentic self? How do I reject myself, thus rejecting my dreams? How do I set proper boundaries for myself and those around me? Like, the problems that you have in your life, you literally can ask for help. And for those of you who are on the path and you're still going back and forth with God and you ain't come up with, and you're just rocking with your ancestors for now because that's all you know, then honey, take it to your ancestors, take it to your guys. I can't tell you who to take it to. Take it to the council. But ask and it shall be given to you. They said one more. Balance is being restored in your life. So for somebody, you've been through like a 10+ year, this feels like a century, like literally, because the pendulum swings to the left as it does to the right. The cycle of life, things go up, they come back down. That's just the natural ebb and flow of all things. And I feel like for somebody, for literally a century or more, you have been on the left side of the pendulum. Like, you've been like, all right, when this shit finna swing back? Like, I know I gotta go back up. When is I gonna be going back up? I am ready to go back up. And I was, oh, thank you, Spirit, because you're so good. You're so good and you tell the truth, and I'm appreciative. There has to be, like, you have to get naked, completely booty bone stripped down, naked, vulnerable with yourself. You have to be brutally honest about the things inside of you that needs your healing, that is requiring your attention. And you have to be willing to put everything else on hold for the sake of yourself. Like, Spirit is saying the best way for, like, the best way to heal. Gosh, Spirit, how do you want me to say this? Basically, like, in order for you to experience new life, you still have to go through a death. Like, there is no beginning without an end. And so something needs to end in your life. And for some of you, it is balance. Balance is required in your life. I'm seeing the sun and the moon, and this is like balance with feminine and masculine energy. That energy of creating and the energy of doing. Like, I could hear Beyonce's voice saying, like, don't just talk about what you're gonna do. Don't just say what you're gonna do, but like, get up and do it. I don't know what video that's from, but I could hear that, like, don't just say what you're gonna do. Like, be what you're gonna do it. Do it. Your thoughts lead to your words lead to your actions. Your actions is who you are. And so when you assess each of those, when you assess your actions, when you assess your words, when you assess your thoughts, you can assess your being. And then you can choose within yourself, here are the things I'm choosing to keep. Here are the things I'm choosing to let go. This is internal. I feel like you either have been or are doing shadow work, or you're being called to do shadow work. The time for that which does not serve you, that has been taken from you, that which has been stealing from you, that time has come to an end. That death is here. So that ending is here. In order for you to, that ending is here in order for you to be able to experience this new abundance, this new creation. Okay. Spirit, what's the best advice as we close out? Damn, they do not want me to close out. Look at me. I'm like, all right, Spirit, I'm done. They're like, no, you're not. Oh, don't rush. Don't rush. You will receive your victory and success. Do not rush. Yeah, I'm like, all right, I'm done. Thank you. So, Prince of Pentacles, Prince of Disc, and the Eight of Disc. Literally, what you sow is what you reap. That is the best way I could say it. What you sow is what you reap. What you pay attention to, what you choose to tap into is what you do. And so you can this person has taken this one pentacle, and in this one pentacle, it has taken them in a pentacle. I'm saying either this is a behavior for you, a pattern for you, or this is something tangible in your hand. This could be a person, a place, or a thing. But there is this thing that you have. And Spirit is saying that in order for you to create more of that thing, it's going to require you to work with that thing, right? Everything requires nourishment. It literally requires you to get your hands dirty. So something is going to require you, or something is requiring you to have action, but to be patient, because this is a slow build up to get from this one pentacle to this Eight of Pentacles, and then the The Prince of Pentacles is the slowest moving, my guy. He's slow, honey. He's going to take his time, okay? But it's going to be well worth it. And so if this is your dream, if this is your mission, if this is your purpose, if this is a person, if this is your savings, if this is an investment, whatever this is for you, respect what that thing is. So honor that thing, nourish that thing, give life to that thing, and work with it, right? So I'm just going to use barber because I talked about somebody going to school. Let's say somebody had been working at Giants and they like had a day job, but then they've been working at Giants overnight, and Spirit was saying like, give that job up so you can learn something new. Let's say you gave that job up and now at nights, instead of you working, you are spending that time and not even all of that time, because now you get to balance out that time. You get to rest, but now you also get to take time to, let's say, watch YouTube videos, read books, or practice on a mannequin. I don't even know if you do that. Practice on somebody, actually practicing that skill, like getting better at that skill, instead of worrying in your mind that you'll never have access to that skill. So there are small steps, small, because these are slow, right? It's going to take you some time. Small steps that's going to lead to big change. You've gone from this one pentacle. Let's say you started off and you're like, yeah, I'm a cut here. Okay, well, now you done learn how to dye it. You done learn how to shape it. You've learned how to braid it. And then from there, let's say it didn't just stop at hair care. Okay, now you're into like skincare. So now you're into all these different herbs. And so this one small token leads to a multitude of other things. But it's going to take time, and it's going to take that intimate relationship with yourself. And so that's why the believing in yourself is going to be really important. Yeah, like you have to free yourself from your own thoughts that keep you stuck in your own emotions. Like, damn, Spirit, I don't want to put my business out there, but I'm gonna be honest. If you are waiting for someone, like, I can hear How to Love. If you are waiting for someone to love you and they don't know how to love you, oh gosh, it's so hard. Like, fuck. It's like, let's say the reason why you haven't really invested, the reason why you're even moving so slow is because you are waiting on someone else. You dragging your feet because you're like, oh, I want to see what so-and-so is going to do first. Well, I don't want to. You're waiting on one thing in order to do another. And that waiting is what's stealing your joy. That waiting is what's stealing your happiness. That waiting, like waiting for someone to be something they are not, is going to take time. And it truly is like, if you love this person, and this is an investment on both ends, because this has to, first of all, I feel like this is a third-party situation. Okay, so let me just start there. I feel like, and if you think I'm lying, I'm not lying to you. If this person didn't even tell you that there was another person involved, or there was something else involved that was holding them back, like you could be trying to figure out like, why this person don't really vibe with me like that, because there is something else or someone else that has their attention, period. And I feel like for you, you have been waiting on this person to get their shit together, and they're not going to get their shit together. So you're sitting here waiting, holding this one pentacle that Spirit is saying, I want to give you and multiply, but you're waiting for this person. And this waiting for this person talks about the respect you have for yourself. It also talks about like what it is that you are teaching those behind you, because other people are witnessing, especially if you have children. If you have children, you may not believe it, but I promise you they see it, because they see every fucking thing. They are the best energy readers. Your children can read you like a fucking book, because they know you better than anyone else. They literally have spent time inside of you for 9 months, just getting to know you energetically on a spiritual level. Men is different. You had to literally build bonds with your children. But some of y'all kids, they so spiritually inclined, don't give a fuck about a bond or not. They know their daddy. But I feel like if you have been waiting for someone, or if you're waiting, it's period. You're waiting for something that like you need to let go. Because what it is that you're waiting for is not giving to you. It does not serve you. It is just taking from you like a sly fucking fox, a thief in the night. It has been taken from you and it will continue to take from you. Again, that thing could be this job. I talked about somebody working late, right? At a job that the spirit is like, you can go on and give it up. It's not given to you no way. Those people lying about you, they've been trying to get you fired anyway. Go ahead and let the shit go. For somebody, this is a relationship now. You have been waiting for old boy. You've been waiting for old girl to get it together for 3 years now. They ain't get it together. So you're going to continue to wait. So you're putting all your hopes, all of your dreams and all of the abundance that God has for you on hold because you are waiting on another person. And God is saying, surrender that person over to me. I promise you that either way is going to work out for your highest good. Either that person is going to be a part of your purpose. And so they're going to be by your side. And in the long run, whatever it is that y'all are going through, it will greater serve you both at a later time. Or for your highest good, this person does not need to be in your life because they are choosing not to change their ways. They do not want to be your other half. And this is the like moon shit. This is when I'm talking about staring at the moon, the shit that I just said that may have like just stung you in the heart a little bit. Not gonna lie, because it resonated just a little too deep for you. That is why I'm telling you to sync with the moon. Because that's the realization that spirit wants to give you in that time. Like, well, yeah, you got all of these dreams. For the last 3 years, you said you was going to do this and you said you was going to go do that. But for real, what you've been doing is sitting around waiting on a motherfucker. That's what you really been doing. Or what you really been doing is sitting here in your fears, telling yourself that you're not capable, that you're not worthy, that you're not deserving. But you believe that you are incapable and undeserving because of the people that you've allowed in your life. You have to recognize that the relationships that you have been in, or the relationship that you are in, is a mere reflection of who you are. The best way to tell who a child is or how a child is to watch them, and you will see, literally, you will see them act out their entire environment. They're their mother, their father, their sister, their brother. They're all the things that they have eaten up, and they exhibit that in their being. And so look at you. That's what spirit is saying. So look at you. Really look yourself in the mirror. You are a product of the people you interact with. You are a product of the environment you are in. You are a product of the patterns and behaviors that you have. If you like those things and it's rocking with you, damn it, then let it be. But if it makes you uncomfortable, if it feels like you are greater and you are deserving of more, it's because you are. If you feel like you are meant to push beyond, it's because you are. And now, full moon in Aries, I love it. Now is the time for you to push through. No more waiting. And I can hear it. Is that Janae? I'll wait for you. Fuck that. No, I won't. Goodbye. Goodbye. I've literally been saying this. Well, I haven't said it in a while, but I used to say this. I would pray, Divine Holy Spirit, please help me let go of so-and-so. Like, if this person is not for my highest good, if I'm not supposed to be fooling with this individual, please remove them from my life. Do not get me wrong. I'm going to be heartbroken. I'm going to be sad. A bitch is going to cry. But I can rest assured that this is for my highest good. And imagine just the love that you feel for the entity, right? Because for some of you, this is a place. Like, I didn't want to leave teaching because I just loved children so much. I loved where I worked as well. I didn't like the system, but I enjoyed the people and I enjoyed the children. And so I was so invested, I didn't want to let go. But in order for me to experience the favor that I have now and the goodness that I have now, I had to be willing to let go of something that was okay for me at the time. I felt like I was, we was rocking. I had some problems, of course, but I was chilling. This was comfort. So you are being asked to step up out of your comfort zone. You are being asked to leave something behind. It does not serve you anymore. Let it go so that you can grow. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. It's up to you, baby. The 7 of Wands. But you're tired. Ain't you tired of fighting? Ain't you tired of fighting? Like, for some of you, this has been a battle, a consistent battle. Like, God damn, bitch, I got to argue with you all the time. Every time I come in this bitch. A nigga can't get peace in his own home. God damn. I'm not laughing at you, I promise. Again, if this is I really feel like this is a space. Because I talked about home. Oftentimes we spend so much fucking time at work that it's like a home. It becomes our second home. We start fucking having mini refrigerators and extra clothes and all these other things at the job. You're way too comfortable. You're way too comfortable, and you're not about to, you're being shifted, period. For some of you, you don't have a choice. Like, the life you came to live with spirit, you don't have a choice. You are going to get dragged through the mud, honey. I promise you. For some of you who are unwilling to let go, you will be dragged by your fucking feet. And excuse all my cursing, I apologize. But this is somebody's guide letting them know you will be dragged by your feet to success, to greatness. If I have to pull you. If I have to pull you and strip away all that you think is good for you, honey, I will. They're saying, like, you can lighten this burden by tuning in and tapping in and being honest and truthful with yourself. What is weighing you down? What is stressing you out? What can you no longer stand or take in life anymore? Where have you reached your maximum point because you're burnt the fuck out? And I really feel like the triumph and the success that comes from this. Ace of Wands. The freedom that comes from this. Somebody thought this was going to take them out, but I promise you, this is what brought you in, honey. Like I said, every beginning has an ending. And this ending propels you straight to that new beginning. I didn't say it felt good. Didn't say that at all. Oh no, honey. There are some tears here. There's tears of joy and tears of sadness. But that is cleansing for your soul. You can pray for help from your ancestors to remove certain desires off of you. Like, I don't know. If this resonates with you, this resonates with you. If you are sleeping with somebody and you are like, I don't want to sleep with them no more, stop sleeping with them. You wondering why you can't let them go? It's because you keep fucking sleeping with them. You keep tying the knot. Every time your guide helps you to undo this motherfucking knot, you go right back and tie it again. And you keep tying it again because you keep sleeping with this person. They're like, and if you would let go of the sleeping with them physically, we can work on the spiritual part of the cleansing that needs to happen. You're asking for your spirit to be cleansed of this person's energy and frequency so that, like, love is love, honey. You gonna love this person regardless. You You may not be as in love. You may not be in love with them, but your heart may still want good. I hope it still wants good for this individual, right? I hope that you ain't so burnt from love that now you're scorned and you just send hate out to people. I pray that is not the wavelength that you are on. And if it is, damn it, I pray that you come up out of that, because your heart deserves to be filled with love from yourself and from others. But I just feel like, I really feel like that may be the lesson this guide is teaching you too. Like, somebody may have learned that somebody does not really fuck with them like they thought they fuck with them. That 7 of Swords energy, because of, like, through the loss of someone or through the, like, gaining of experience. Let's say you started doing tarot, right? Now this person don't fuck with you at all. They don't call you, they don't text you, they don't deal with you. Whatever, let's say you started being a barber. You started doing something that has placed you in this position of leadership. You've stepped into yourself, and now things are just falling, or people are just falling by the wayside. It's supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be like that. So I'm going to, I think I'm going to leave it here. I want to give a quick last 5-minute message to those of you who would love to tune into the energy of the moon by participating in candle magic or stargazing, or whatever floats your boat, right? Like, this is your life, this is your practice, and you do it how you do it, honey. As long as you are working in accordance with the Most High God and you are doing harm to none, your intentions are pure, honey, have fun, okay? But I would suggest for this reading to do I heard a moon healing candle. And so I can see the colors blue, I can see the colors purple, and I can see the colors white. So you can use all 3 of those colors, or you can use one of those colors. And so if you use purple, blue, and white, you can take this moon image and you can put the crescent moon on 2 of the candles and then the full moon on another, and align them that way. And you can work with that candle that way. You can pray with the candle, speak your prayers of protection, speak your prayers of stability, speak your prayers of knowing the path, speak your prayers that you are working in accordance with the Most High God, and that the work that you are called to do, that you do it. You can pray that any blockages be illuminated so that you can see them, so that you know them truthfully, and then so that you have the action to deal with them accordingly. That all that needs to be released be brought to the forefront and be burnt away. As a candle, oh, that's a good one, Spirit. For somebody, you can get a pillar candle, or you can get a jar candle, but you need to write all of your worries on that candle, and then light that candle and let that candle burn away all your worries. Like, somebody may need to get a burn book. I went to 5 Below today. I wanted to get it and I didn't. But there was a burn journal. So you may need to start burning things away by the fire. To let go. I said a white candle. I definitely said a white candle. And then you always, okay, thank you, Spirit. That white candle is for protection. You always want to have a white candle for protection over your work and over yourself. And yeah. And then you can do, thank you, an orange candle for manifesting. So blue, white, and some other color I said for cleansing, stability, clarification. And then a white candle, and then an orange candle to manifest your desires, what it is that you are actually going to be calling in. So if on the orange candle, you want to go back to school, then write, I am And for somebody, this was saving, right? Like, I am saving, write the amount of money to go to school, or right, instead of saying I am, say I have saved, and then write the number for school. That doesn't even have to be for school. You can just say I have saved, and then that amount, whatever it is that you are bringing to fruition, 10,000 followers, 1,000 followers, 10,000 subscribers, whatever it is that you're working on, a new position, somebody wants a bonus at work, and not no cheap ass bonus either. Don't raise me 50 cents. Somebody's like, no, I need to be raised $1.50. Raise me $1.50. Grand Rising. So I encourage you to do that as well. Now is definitely your time. And it's your time if you allow it to be. If you are resistant to the path, then you will continue to stay stuck and stagnant for another winter, for a whole winter. Cleanse your energy, cleanse your aura, cleanse yourself, cleanse your home. Especially it's the beginning of October, the full moon is now. It's perfect time to start cleansing. And then create boundaries. So then after you clean your home, protect your home, right? Like, if it's valuable to you, you're going to protect it and you're going to respect it. And so if you are valuable to you, right, how do you value yourself? What do you like? What parts of yourself do you see value in? I really don't feel like getting into a relationship reading, so I'm gonna leave that be. But thank you so much for joining me, y'all. I appreciate each and every one of you. If this reading resonated with you, please be sure to comment down below and like this video. It definitely helps the channel. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, that information is in the description box down below on my Etsy shop. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. And I love y'all. Gratitude to the Most High God and gratitude to our ancestors and guides for delivering true, clear, honest messages. And I will see y'all later. Bye.